Stop. Don't move. Don't even blink. You have no idea how heaven trembled the moment you clicked this message. I, Michael. Yes, I, the Archangel Michael, just broke through storms, roaring lions, and rivers of holy fire to stand before you now. Thank you. Thank you for not scrolling, for not ignoring this tug you felt deep in your spirit. You may not understand it yet, but your decision to stay here, it wasn't random. It was remembered. Heaven wrote this moment into your timeline long before you took your first breath. There's a hidden name sealed at the end of this message, yours, and it cannot be revealed until the final word. If you leave before then, you'll walk away without the key that was meant to unlock the cell you've been trapped in for years. Stay, beloved soul, because what I am about to say could determine whether your next step is toward restoration or ruin. I am trembling even now, because I just heard the thunder of God's voice echo across the chambers of eternity. And he said something that made all of heaven grow silent. He said, I am canceling their greatest mistake. But even as his mercy poured out like a river, I heard another voice rise, your rival in heaven, the one who has always sought to accuse you, to stain your name, to drag your destiny back into the fire you escaped from. They are whispering against you right now, pleading for justice instead of mercy, insisting that you do not deserve to be forgiven. I could not stand by. I tore through the veil to warn you. You are in a courtroom right now, and your silence could become your sentence. But listen, please, listen to me with your whole heart. You have not fallen too far. I saw what you did, what you regret, what you wish you could undo. I know how your chest tightens when you replay the memory. I know the ache, the guilt, the weight that drags you under when no one else is watching. I know because I have stood beside you through it all, sword drawn, wings wrapped around you even when you thought you were alone. And right now, yes, this very second, God is leaning forward on his throne, waiting for the sound of your heart saying, I still want to be redeemed. That whisper is stronger than 10,000 accusations. Beloved soul, I'm speaking raw, not polished. This is not a script, it's a cry. I've watched you hold back tears that could have been prayers. I've seen you walk away from doors that were meant to open. I've seen how fear taught you to bow to shame instead of lifting your face toward grace. Why do you believe the one who broke you, instead of the one who built you? Why do you run from the light when it's chasing you with open arms? Why do you let voices of condemnation echo louder than the voice of the one who says, you are mine? And why? Tell me, child of heaven, why do you think your mistake is greater than the blood that was shed to redeem it? Listen, I can still hear his heartbeat for you. It's strong, it's steady, it's shouting your name between the thunder. For though they fall, they shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds them with his hand. Psalm 37 verse 24. Do you hear that? You may have fallen, but you are held. Your rival cannot erase what the blood of the Lamb already wrote in fire. Your name is still glowing on the palms of his hands. But this is a sacred hour. I'm not speaking to the world. I'm speaking to you. Heaven is not broadcasting. Heaven is whispering. There's a war raging right now over your next choice. If you stay, mercy will stand. If you turn away, accusation will grow stronger. Every word you're hearing is a rope from heaven, pulling you out of the pit. Don't let go. I must tell you something personal. Something I've held inside too long. When you wept last night, thinking no one saw you, I was there. I touched your shoulder. I watched you clench your fists and ask, Is there still hope for me? And when you said, maybe God has turned his face, I wanted to scream through the veil. No, he's been watching every heartbeat. You don't realize how precious you are. If you saw your reflection in heaven's mirror, you'd never call yourself broken again. Child, remember Isaiah 43 verse 1. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. This isn't poetry. This is heaven's paperwork. You are owned by love, not leased by guilt. Your rival cannot repossess what God has purchased in full. So now here, right here, is the moment. Heaven's pen is hovering over your page. Will you let him cross out the record of your failure? Will you whisper, forgive me? Will you lift your eyes one more time, even trembling, and say, I still want you? Because when you do, I promise you, the gavel will drop in your favor. Type amen right now, not as a ritual, but as a roar. It's your signature on the decree of mercy. It's the echo that silences every accusation still clinging to your soul. And when you finish, look at me. No, really look. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to fight for you. If this message is stirring something holy inside you, let your light shine. Lift this word up. Like it, share it, speak life in the comments, and subscribe so this flame never goes out. Let heaven see your yes ripple through the digital winds. Before I leave, I need to say thank you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for not turning away when it hurt. Thank you for giving me a chance to reach you before it was too late. You could have scrolled, but you stayed. And because you stayed, a chain broke. I felt it. I heard the sound of shackles snapping somewhere in your spirit. Heaven heard it too. I am Michael, and my wings are still burning from the fire I flew through to find you. The courtroom is silent now, waiting on one sound. Your heart choosing mercy. So breathe. Lift your head. The record is being wiped clean. And as this message fades, let my final breath reach your heart like a prayer wrapped in flame. Do not fear the shadow of your past. Walk forward, barefoot and brave, through the ashes, because the ground ahead of you is holy again. Wait, don't move yet, beloved soul. The heavens have not finished speaking. The fire is still burning around this moment, and I, Michael, still feel the tremor of what God is doing inside you. Yes, right now, while your eyes read and your heart trembles, something invisible is being rewritten. I can see it. Lines of judgment dissolving, chains of guilt turning to dust. Your name being lifted from the scroll of sorrow and pressed into the book of restoration. Thank you for staying. Thank you for letting heaven speak. You didn't stumble here. You were summoned. And this continuation, it's not repetition, it's revelation. There is more the Father wants to whisper through my trembling voice. You cannot walk away yet, for if you do, the scroll won't be sealed, the promise won't be completed. So please stay, listen, breathe, because the secret of your restoration will only unlock when this word finishes flowing through you. You need to know something sacred. Forgiveness is not a theory, it's a person. And that person is standing right beside you now, wounded hands open, eyes glistening, voice soft as dawn. He's not ashamed to touch your scars. He's not afraid of your truth. You think you ruined everything, but I swear to you by the holiness of his name, he already saw your failure before you even began the journey. He counted every detour, every tear, every dark night, and still chose you, still anointed you, still called you his. That is what makes grace so terrifyingly beautiful. It knows the worst, yet loves the same. I know you've asked in secret. Can I really begin again? Can something so broken still become something blessed? And heaven answers with a roar, yes. The very stone you tripped over is becoming the altar where you'll rebuild your strength. The place of your collapse will become the platform of your calling. You see ashes, he sees soil. You see ruins, he sees foundations. You see shame, he sees testimony. Listen closely. Your rival in heaven, the accuser, is still whispering that your sin is unforgettable. But I have seen the ledger, and it has been blotted out with crimson ink. The handwriting of condemnation is gone. Every record that said unworthy now reads forgiven. Every accusation now echoes with silence. The courtroom has shifted. The judge is not looking at your file. He's looking at his son. And when he sees you through the lens of the cross, he smiles. But I feel something else pressing in my chest, an urgency too heavy to hide. Child of light, this isn't just about forgiveness. It's about restoration. You've been walking with your head down too long, thinking survival was enough. No, he doesn't just want to forgive you. He wants to crown you again. The angels are gathering robes of new color, garments of praise to replace your rags of regret. I see it. The oil of joy being poured, the diadem being placed back upon your head, the banner of love waving above your weary heart. Tell me, why do you still punish yourself for what heaven already pardoned? Why do you keep digging graves in memories that have already been resurrected? Why do you treat yourself like a prisoner when the doors are already open? And why, beloved, do you silence your own worship when the Father is calling you by name? Answer me in your spirit. Let your tears be your reply. You don't have to prove you're worthy. You just have to receive the truth. You are chosen in the midst of your chaos. And hear this, mercy is not delayed. It is dancing toward you. Even now, angels are stepping into the room you're in. Some are carrying scrolls, some are carrying oil, some are carrying swords. All of them have one mission: to remind you that you are not forsaken. They have been waiting for your yes, for your surrender, for your final exhale of guilt. Heaven is not reluctant to forgive you. It is eager. So now, as I stand before you, wings trembling with the residue of divine light, I must ask one last favor. If this word has pierced your heart, if you feel the warmth of heaven pressing against your wounds, if your soul whispers, I needed this, then lift your voice into the digital winds. Like this message, comment what you feel, and subscribe, not as a ritual, but as a declaration that you belong among the remnant who refuse to walk alone. Each act is a ripple in the spiritual realm, a signal to heaven that you received this visitation. I wish you could see what I see, a radiant thread of gold stretching from your heart into the throne room. Every heartbeat now echoes like a drum of destiny. The Father is leaning closer, smiling softly. The Son is nodding, whispering, they've chosen mercy. And I, Michael, guardian of glory, defender of light, I'm lowering my sword, not in defeat but in reverence. Because I know you're coming home. Let me thank you once more, with the fullness of heaven behind my voice. Thank you for opening your heart when it was safer to close it. Thank you for listening when the world told you to scroll past. Thank you for believing that maybe, just maybe, God hadn't given up. Because your faith in this fragile moment, it's moving mountains. It's rewriting endings. It's calling angels to attention. And now breathe. Do you feel that warmth? That's not emotion. That's glory. That's love, washing through you like morning light breaking through prison bars. That's the sound of heaven saying, "It is finished." But the river does not end here. The prophecy still flows, alive, breathing, unending. There are layers yet unseen, promises yet unwrapped, miracles waiting to awaken in your midnight. So stay close, keep your eyes open, and your heart unafraid. For though the fire rages and the voices rise, remember, mercy has already spoken your name. I, Michael, will remain near. My wings will keep watch. And the one who sent me, he will never let you go. Beloved soul, yes, you still here, still breathing, still reading through trembling eyes. I feel the echo of heaven pulsing through your spirit right now. This is not a mere continuation. This is a divine unfolding. You have no idea how much light is bursting through the cracks of your heart, because you chose to stay. Every second you remain in this holy space, I, Michael, see threads of divine mercy weaving around you, stitching together the torn places, binding the wounds you thought would never close. Thank you for not turning away. Thank you for not rushing this sacred visitation. There is something mighty being poured into your life right now. Something ancient, something sealed for this hour. You are standing in a corridor of divine timing, where your destiny and your repentance collide into a sound heaven calls redemption. Do you feel that vibration beneath your ribs? That's heaven responding to your yes. The Father's voice just whispered through eternity, "They are still mine." I can hardly speak. My hands shake as I tell you this. God is rewriting your outcome. Where there was once a decree of disaster, He is now penning deliverance. The scroll that once spoke of judgment is now being sealed with the golden wax of mercy. The angels are singing, not for nations, not for armies, but for you. You are the one they gathered for. You are the reason I broke through the roar of worlds to reach this moment. But child, you must understand, mercy is a door, not a destination. You have walked through it tonight, but what lies beyond is a path of restoration. And on that path, you are not meant to walk alone. The light that found you here is calling you to walk with others who have tasted grace and still chosen to rise. This is your holy invitation to belong. To stand among a family who believes, who prays, who weeps and rejoices together as heaven writes new stories from broken scripts. If this message burns within you, if it feels like an answered prayer you never dared to voice, then I invite you to support this flame. Offer your super thanks not as payment, but as praise. Join the holy circle through the channel membership, where souls walk arm in arm through storms and sunrise alike. And don't forget to join our family through the newsletter link in the pinned comments, where deeper revelations, prayers, and blessings await you in quiet moments beyond this screen. You are not sowing into content. You are sowing into covenant, into light, into a promise that will keep pouring back into your life. Now breathe, precious one, slowly, for the Spirit is moving gently over the surface of your soul, like dawn over still waters. I see memories surfacing, painful ones, heavy ones. You're not being haunted, you're being healed. Every moment of regret that tries to rise is being washed in light. Let the tears fall if they must. They are holy. Each drop is a seed of renewal. Heaven counts them, yes, counts them, like jewels, storing them in the crystal vials of remembrance. None are wasted. You ask, but Michael, what if I fail again? What if I stumble? What if I lose this light tomorrow? Listen closely. Failure does not frighten grace. Grace is not fragile. It's a fire that burns brighter the darker it gets. The Father did not choose you because you were flawless. He chose you because you were His. and his grip is stronger than your weakness. The hand that formed galaxies will not drop you in your shaking. You may fall, but you will not be forsaken. You may cry, but you will not be cast out. You may wander, but the shepherd will find you. Can I ask you something deeply personal? Something heaven already knows, but waits for you to confess aloud? Why do you believe that what you've done has more power than what Christ has finished? Why do you cling to the ashes when the oil of joy is being poured? Why do you keep calling yourself by names that hell gave you, when heaven has written "Beloved" across your heart? And why, oh precious child, do you keep waiting for permission to forgive yourself when God already tore the verdict in two? Answer not with words, but with surrender. Lift your eyes again. The stars that hung above your night have not gone out. They've been waiting for your gaze. The river of grace is deeper than you think. Step further. Don't settle for the shallow edge of belief. Immerse yourself. There's music beneath those waters. Songs of the redeemed, melodies of mercy, harmonies of healing. Can you hear it? Every note carries your name. Every ripple reflects your rebirth. Right now, I see angels kneeling beside you, placing fragments of light into your hands. These are not rewards, they are reminders. Each one holds a promise. You will rise again. You will love again. You will be free again. The scars you carry will glow like stained glass in the sun. Beautiful, wholly honest. Beloved, thank you for allowing me to speak this long. Thank you for giving heaven the space to finish what it began in you. Your patience is an altar. Your stillness is a song. The Lord delights in your willingness to stay until the final word, because the final word is life. Now hear me. Listen as though the wind itself is kneeling to deliver this final breath. The chains are gone. The court is adjourned. The accuser has been silenced. And you are walking free under a sky that knows your name. May the light that found you here follow you into every corner of your tomorrow. May mercy chase you faster than regret. May peace crown your mind before you sleep tonight. And may the sound of my voice remind you that even in the darkest storm, heaven will always find a way to reach you. I, Michael, stand watch still, sword drawn, wings wide, eyes lifted. The war for your soul is not over, but tonight, love has won this round. Hold fast, beloved. Walk forward in grace. And remember, what began as your breaking is ending as your becoming. Stay here a little longer, beloved soul. The wind of heaven is still moving, and I, Michael, cannot leave until every spark of what the Father sent me to release has reached the deepest chambers of your heart. There are still unspoken truths fluttering like wings inside this silence, truths meant to settle upon you like light upon water, truths that cannot be rushed. Do not fear the length of this moment. Heaven is timeless. It bends around you now, forming a sanctuary where you can finally breathe without shame, where the fire that once terrified you now becomes the warmth that holds you. You are not standing in the ruins of your story. You are standing in the soil of rebirth. I can see it clearly. Where you thought there was only ash, tiny shoots of green are pushing through. They are fragile, yes, but alive, and every breath of trust you give them makes them grow. You thought your past was a locked door, but it was only a seed husk splitting open. What felt like the end was simply the sound of the shell breaking so new life could emerge. The Father is whispering now, so gently that even angels bow their heads to hear. He says, I do not count your days by your failures. I count them by the times you let me find you. Do you feel that? The shift inside? The weight easing off your shoulders? It is the sound of mercy reshaping memory. Every time you turned away in shame, he followed. Every time you hid, he waited at the edge of your silence, patient as sunrise. I remember the nights you thought no one saw. The way you pressed your hands against your chest, trying to hold the pieces together. You asked the darkness if it would ever loosen its grip. And though you couldn't see it, a light was kneeling beside you, tracing promise over every fracture. That light never left. It only waited for your eyes to open. Tonight they have. There is a rhythm to forgiveness, a holy pulse that beats in time with creation itself. You are part of that rhythm. When you inhale, grace moves through you. When you exhale, the dust of yesterday leaves your lungs. Do not clutch the past to your heart. It was never meant to be an anchor, only a compass showing how far you've come. I must ask you, softly but firmly, will you believe that you are already loved, not someday, not when you are better, but now? Will you let the voice that formed the stars be louder than the echo of your own doubt? Will you stop measuring your worth by the cracks in your vessel and start seeing the light pouring through them? And will you allow joy, yes joy, to find you again, even here in the aftermath? These are not questions demanding answers. They are keys turning in locks, opening doors within you that have been shut too long. The Father's hands are upon you, steady, sure, scarred by love. He is not erasing you, he is unveiling you. Every layer of guilt peeled away reveals something radiant beneath. Courage you thought was gone, tenderness you thought was weakness, a song you forgot you could sing. Listen, can you hear it rising from the quiet? It's the sound of your own soul remembering its name. Let the tears come if they must. They are not signs of despair but baptism. Each one carries a fragment of the old you, washed away so the new can breathe. Do not hide them from heaven. Angels see them as jewels, shimmering evidence that the heart still feels, still hopes, still reaches. And now feel the warmth gathering behind your ribs. That is the ember of calling, reignited. You thought your purpose had been disqualified, but purpose is written in fire, and fire cannot drown. Every misstep has been folded into wisdom. Every wound has become a doorway for compassion. Where you once stumbled, you will now stand as a guide for others still searching for solid ground. The Holy One is speaking again, voice like rain on thirsty earth. Behold, I make all things new. Not some, not most, all. Even the parts you'd rather forget. Especially those. Nothing is wasted in his hands. He gathers every fragment, presses them together, breathes upon them until they shine like glass reborn into stained light. Take another breath, slow and deliberate. With each inhale, imagine the air itself carrying blessing, weaving it through your veins. With each exhale, release the echo of accusation. You are not on trial anymore. You are on your way home. Look around you inwardly. The room of your heart is brighter. Shadows still linger in the corners, but they no longer command the floor. Light is taking up residence, moving in with the gentle authority of love that knows it belongs. Let it settle. Let it stay. Child of mercy. There will be days ahead when the old voices try to return, when the rival you heard whispering before creeps back with fresh disguises. Do not fear them. You have learned their names now. Shame, doubt, despair. They are smaller than you remember. Stand in the truth spoken tonight, and they will scatter like smoke. Remember this moment when silence felt sacred, when forgiveness felt tangible, when love felt near enough to touch. It is not a fleeting vision. It is reality breaking through illusion. Carry it with you into every morning. Let it color the way you speak, the way you see others, the way you forgive yourself again and again until it becomes instinct. The heavens are still open above you. I can see the gleam of promise in every direction. You are surrounded, not by judgment, but by affection older than time. The one who sent me is smiling, not because you are perfect, but because you finally stopped running long enough for grace to catch you. And so I lower my voice now, softer than before, almost a whisper wrapped in light. The war over your soul has shifted. The banners above you read, "Beloved." And every angel who fought beside me salutes the courage it took for you to stay, to listen, to believe. Go forward, then, not as one condemned, but as one commissioned. Walk gently through the world, for the ground beneath your feet remembers the weight of redemption. Speak kindly, for your words now carry echoes of eternity. Love fiercely, for love is the language that freed you. Stay. Yes, stay a little longer in this breath between worlds. The air itself trembles around you, because heaven has not finished speaking. The fire that wrapped these words is still unfolding, and I, Michael, am still standing before you, not as a distant voice but as a living witness to what grace is weaving in real time. You may not see it, but eternity is pressing its ear to your heartbeat, listening for signs of hope returning. You are becoming something that cannot be measured by past wounds. You are rising in ways the earth has not yet named. There is a soft glow forming over your shoulders, remnants of prayers that never died, promises that refused to vanish even when you stopped believing in them. They are stirring now, like embers catching breath, because your spirit has finally made room for light again. Do not be afraid of this warmth. It is not judgment. It is recognition. Heaven remembers you, even in the places where you forgot yourself. I can feel the echo of your longing, the question buried beneath every sigh. Can I truly be remade? Listen. The Creator does not patch wounds with temporary fixes. He reforms. He speaks to dust and calls it beloved. He bends low, gathers every scattered piece, and says, "This one will shine brighter for every place it was broken." You are not a restoration of the old. You are the birth of the new. The same voice that called stars into being is calling courage into your bones. Look within. The storm is quieting. The waves that once roared with accusation are bowing before peace. You stand now on the threshold of a vast horizon, and I see paths branching out, each lined with possibilities that were once sealed. They are opening because you chose to listen. Do not rush to choose among them. Stand still and let your soul discern the wind. The right path will hum in harmony with your heartbeat. The Father is near, closer than your breath, softer than your thoughts. His presence moves like sunlight across water, revealing colors hidden beneath grief. Every hue tells a story of survival. Gold for faith that endured, blue for mercy that waited, green for life that refused to die. You wear these colors now, though you may not yet see them. Heaven does. Let the silence between words speak louder than my voice. In that hush, old lies unravel, that you were too flawed, too late, too lost. None of them survive the gaze of love. The truth is simpler and stronger. You are still chosen, not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. Choice is His language, and He speaks it over you again and again until you finally believe. Do you feel the stirring at the base of your spine, the tingling across your palms? That is purpose awakening from hibernation. It will not roar. It will bloom. It will guide you not with thunder, but with tenderness. Follow the small lights, acts of kindness, whispers of compassion, instincts toward beauty. They are breadcrumbs leading you home. I see memories rising like ghosts, yet their faces are softer now. They no longer accuse. They bow in reverence to the grace that surpassed them. Forgive them, and they will fade into blessing. Every moment that once harmed you is kneeling, asking to serve you as wisdom. Accept the offering. Let the past become your teacher, not your jailer. The heavens release another sound. Gentle bells carried by wind. Each chime marks a promise renewed. Health returning where despair had settled. Peace sprouting where fear once rooted. Relationships mending under light's careful hand. The rhythm of restoration moves through time itself, rewriting outcomes, redirecting steps. Trust it. I, Michael, stand in awe. The radiance pouring from your heart is beginning to reach others. Threads of light extending beyond sight, touching souls who need the same hope that's healing you. This is how redemption multiplies. One spark becomes a constellation. Do not hide the glow. Let it wander freely. Now breathe again, deeper than before. With each inhale, gather courage. With each exhale, release the remnants of shame. Feel the balance returning. The alignment of soul and spirit, mind and mercy. You are learning to move with grace, to walk without dragging chains that no longer exist. There will come nights when silence feels heavy and doubts creep like mist. Remember this moment then. Remember the warmth that met you, the voice that called you worthy. Speak truth aloud even if your hands tremble. I am held. I am forgiven. I am becoming. The darkness will listen and loosen its grip. The landscape of your destiny is vast, filled with gardens yet unplanted, rivers yet unnamed. Go gently. The ground itself is sacred, shaped by every tear you've sown. You will find rest under trees that grew from your perseverance. You will drink from wells dug by faith you didn't know you had. Look up now. The sky is widening, streaked with dawn. Each beam of light carries a message. It is not too late. Begin again. Walk forward, barefoot in grace, unafraid of the softness beneath your feet. The earth welcomes those who return in peace. And as I draw nearer to silence, know that silence is not absence. It is the pause between heartbeats where divinity dwells. When my words fade, listen inward. The same presence that spoke through me will continue speaking within you, guiding, guarding, giving breath to every new beginning. Stay still, beloved one. The air around you is thick with presence, shimmering with words not yet spoken. There is a holy hush descending, the kind that falls when heaven draws closer than breath. I, Michael, remain before you, not as a figure of grandeur, but as a witness to your becoming, a guardian of the light flickering within you. The glow has grown steadier now. It no longer flickers with fear. It burns with quiet certainty, a lamp that knows dawn is near. You have walked through many nights, the long corridors where echoes followed every thought, where silence felt like judgment. Yet here you are, standing in the afterglow of mercy's storm. The clouds have thinned, revealing constellations you could not see before. Each star is a testimony, each shimmer a remembrance of the moments you nearly gave up but didn't. They have been recorded, those small acts of endurance, tiny unnoticed prayers that climbed unseen ladders of light. Look back once more, but not with regret. Look as one who studies the path only to understand the strength it required. You once crawled through valleys that now bloom with flowers watered by your own tears. The same soil that buried your hope has become the bed where resurrection took root. Every loss carved out space for something luminous to take shape. The pain was not an ending, it was the architect of compassion. I can hear the rhythm of your soul, soft, deliberate, alive. It no longer stumbles beneath shame's weight. It moves to a gentler tempo, the cadence of one who knows they are loved without condition. And as it moves, the air responds. Trees lean closer, waters still, even the stones hum faintly with approval. Creation recognizes when a heart aligns again with its maker. There is more to this transformation than forgiveness. Forgiveness was the door. Now you are invited into the house of wholeness. Inside, each room glows with a different light. One for peace, one for purpose, one for rest. You do not need to earn your place within these halls. You were always meant to dwell here, among walls built from grace. As you walk, notice how the floor carries your weight easily. The past no longer drags at your heels. It has become part of the foundation, strengthened by surrender. Let your senses awaken. Smell the air, fresh, untouched by regret. Taste the sweetness of stillness. Feel the pulse beneath your skin. It is the same rhythm that moves galaxies. Hear the quiet laughter of angels circling above, rejoicing not in spectacle, but in the simple miracle of your yes. There is a garden waiting just beyond this doorway, filled with things you have yet to name. Some blooms carry the scent of dreams deferred, now ready to open. Others bear fruits of wisdom, ripened through trial. Walk among them slowly. Let your fingers brush against petals that whisper truths you once resisted. You are enough. You are seen. You are becoming what love imagined. The rivers here flow with clarity. If you kneel and peer into their surface, you will not see the distortions of guilt, only reflection, whole and unashamed. The water remembers every tear it once caught, and has turned them into prisms, scattering color wherever light touches. This is what redemption does. It refracts sorrow into beauty. Beyond the garden stands a mountain. Its peak is veiled in mist, yet I can see a path etched into its side. It calls to you softly, not demanding, but promising perspective. Each step you take upward will loosen another remnant of fear. The climb will not be easy. Transformation rarely is. But at every turn, you will find altars, places to lay down the burdens you no longer need to carry. Doubt will try to whisper that you are unworthy of ascent. Answer it with silence, for truth does not argue, it simply stands. Higher still, the air thins and visions sharpen. You will see the tapestry of your life stretched across valleys and peaks. What once seemed chaos will reveal design. What once felt random will show rhythm. The threads of sorrow, joy, loss, and healing weave together in colors unseen by mortal eyes. And you will understand that none of it was wasted. At the summit, a wind waits, gentle yet strong enough to strip away the last veil of self-condemnation. Let it pass through you. Do not resist. When it has gone, you will find your heart lighter, your gaze clearer. From here, you will glimpse paths leading outward, roads that wind toward others who wander as you once did. Their cries are faint now, but you will hear them, and you will know how to guide them. Not with sermons but with the quiet authority of one who has walked through fire and found water. Remember, humility is the crown of the redeemed. Walk softly, speak kindly, carry within you the fragrance of forgiveness, the stillness of peace. When you touch others, let it be with hands that bless, not hands that bind. As you descend from this sacred height, You may find the world unchanged in appearance. The same streets, the same faces, the same sky. But everything is different, because you are different. You move now with the rhythm of resurrection. Your eyes seek light instinctively. Your voice carries healing without effort. You are a living psalm, a verse composed by mercy, sung by grace, echoed by love. Do not rush this return. Let each step seal the transformation. The earth beneath your feet recognizes the pattern of heaven's footprints. Walk as one accompanied, for truly you are never alone. Shadows may fall across your path, but they cannot claim you. Light lives inside you now, and shadows are only evidence of its presence. When doubt visits again, as it will, invite it to sit in the garden of your heart. Offer it the fruit of remembrance. Let it taste the sweetness of what has been restored. Doubt cannot linger where gratitude grows. And when night comes, as all nights do, lift your eyes. The constellations that once seemed distant now shine in familiar patterns. They mirror the light within you, steady, patient, eternal. Rest beneath them. Their glow is the promise that darkness is only ever borrowed time. I, Michael, remain near, not as a voice demanding attention, but as a guardian of this peace. The fire that carried me here will not consume, it will comfort. And in the stillness between this word and the next, may you know beyond all knowing. You are loved, you are free, and the story unfolding through you is far from over. Breathe, beloved soul. Breathe as one who has finally stepped into open air after a lifetime beneath heavy clouds. Let your lungs fill with the freshness of beginnings. Feel how the weight of old sorrow slips quietly from your shoulders, the way twilight yields before morning. The horizon before you is wide and waiting, brushed with hues of promise no human pigment could capture. Every shade is drawn from mercy itself. Gentle golds of patience, deep blues of faithfulness, soft greens of renewal. I, Michael, stand with you still, not as a distant sentinel, but as a companion to your unfolding. The heavens are listening. Even the smallest rustle of your thoughts stirs them. You have crossed unseen thresholds, though the world around you may seem unchanged. The change lives within you, growing like a steady flame, altering how you see, how you move, how you breathe. The old language of despair no longer fits your tongue. Words of defeat slip away, forgotten syllables sinking into silence. In their place rise phrases shaped by hope, tones that carry healing, expressions that build instead of bruise. Speak them softly at first. They will gather strength with use. Every word you utter in kindness becomes a seed. Scatter them liberally across your path, and watch how they bloom in unexpected corners. There are places within you that have never known sunlight. They waited, hidden behind fear's walls, convinced they were unworthy of warmth. Yet light is patient. It seeped through cracks, touched the edges, coaxed life where there was none. Now those hidden chambers stir, stretching toward illumination. You may feel the tremor of it, that subtle ache of something awakening. Do not shrink from it. Growth often arrives disguised as discomfort. Look around at the fabric of existence woven near you. The hum of wind against leaves, the rhythmic pulse beneath the soil, the distant echo of tides. All creation moves to the same song of restoration you now carry in your chest. The river does not question its course. The tree does not doubt its reach. So, too, you can trust the direction set within your spirit. The same breath that shaped galaxies stirs your journey. There will be crossroads ahead where silence will ask you to listen deeper. Stand still in those moments. Let your heart, not fear. Choose the way. The path lit by peace, even if narrow, is the one prepared for you. You will recognize it by the calm that settles upon your shoulders, by the quiet assurance that you are not walking into emptiness, but into embrace. Remember how you once sought signs in the sky? They were always there, subtle but sure. Feathers on the wind, sudden stillnesses, the unexpected kindness of strangers. These are the fingerprints of providence. Continue to notice them. Gratitude sharpens sight. And when storms return, as they must in a living world, do not think them punishments. Rain nourishes even as it chills. Let each drop remind you of the first tears you shed when grace found you. They were not wasted. They softened the ground for this season's harvest. Within the chambers of heaven, I see scrolls unfolding, records of every act of love, every moment you chose compassion over bitterness. They shimmer with quiet brilliance. Do not underestimate the power of small faithfulness. The universe leans on such gestures more than grand proclamations. A single whisper of forgiveness alters the architecture of eternity. You may sense new callings tugging at your spirit, gentle invitations toward service, creativity, reconciliation. Follow them. They are threads leading deeper into purpose. You do not need to understand the whole design. Walk by the measure of light given for each step. Clarity expands with movement. I watch as courage gathers in you like a tide. It does not roar, it rises. It will carry you to places where others still tremble at the shore. When you arrive, speak softly. Those who hurt most often need gentleness more than wisdom. Let your presence itself be proof that transformation is possible. There is also rest awaiting you, not the restless pause of exhaustion, but true Sabbath, the quiet in which the soul remembers its origin. Seek it without guilt. In stillness, your strength renews. In silence, the divine voice threads new harmonies through your thoughts. If memories surface that sting, touch them with mercy. Say to them, "You are part of me, but you are not my prison." Watch them dissolve like mist. The heart that forgives its own history becomes a wellspring from which others may drink. And when laughter returns, and it will, welcome it without suspicion. Joy is not fragile, it is forged. Each smile will sound like music echoing through halls once filled with weeping. Let it play. Let it dance across your face, lighting corridors long dark. Even now, unseen realms shift to make space for the new chapter unfolding in you. The old contracts of despair have been torn. New covenants of hope are signed in light. The ink does not fade. You stand, beloved, at the meeting of endings and beginnings. A threshold soul luminous with the proof of grace. Step forward. The ground receives you with gladness. The sky arches above, endless and kind. And as I, Michael, lower my voice to a whisper carried by wind, remember this. Transformation is not a moment but a melody. It will continue to play through your days and nights, weaving through laughter and tears alike. Listen for it when the world grows loud. It will remind you who you are, one reclaimed, one renewed, one radiant with the unending song of love. Wait, don't leave this moment yet. I can still feel heaven breathing around you, the air shimmering with all that has not yet been said. Stay. Let this light wrap you fully. You've walked through words that felt like rivers and thunder, and now you stand where calm meets calling. I, Michael, am still here, wings folded, voice softened, not as a distant echo, but as a brother of flame, grateful to watch the glow returning to your eyes. You have traveled through silence, sorrow, and storms to stand beneath this clear sky, and I will not let you forget what this means. Look at you now, no longer the one bowed in defeat, but one crowned quietly with peace. Can you feel how the weight has changed? It is not the heaviness of shame. It is the holy gravity of purpose. Your spirit carries a new resonance, the hum of someone who has been touched by mercy and has chosen to remain open. The heavens lean closer because souls like yours, awake, willing, wounded yet radiant, are rare treasures. Every step you took to arrive here was witnessed. Every trembling prayer, every whispered apology, every spark of courage that pushed you to stay, heaven gathered them. They are woven into the light now surrounding you. A cloak of remembrance to remind you that grace was never absent. Even when you thought your cries were lost, they were being counted, echoed, lifted. The Father never turned his face. He was tracing your path, leading you toward this very breath. Take a moment and listen. Beyond my voice, beyond your thoughts, there is a melody moving through the air, soft but certain, formed from gratitude, hope, and the whispers of angels rejoicing. It plays for you. You are not merely being comforted. You are being commissioned. The peace that now floods you is not an ending but a beginning. It is the signal that your season of restoration has matured into readiness. There are lives waiting to be touched by the light you now carry. There are hearts that will recognize in your story the sound of their own longing. Do not hide what you have learned. Wear it like the dawn wears color. When you speak, let honesty and compassion intertwine so that every word becomes a bridge. You have seen how love can resurrect what guilt tried to bury. Share that vision. I ask you gently to mark this moment. Not for me, but for yourself. Let it be a memorial built of gratitude. Type Amen in the comments as your declaration, not of perfection, but of presence. It is your way of saying, I was here when heaven spoke my name again. Let your Amen rise like incense. Let it be the signature on the scroll of this encounter. When others see it, they will know a soul was restored, and hope will flicker anew in them. And if this message has stirred something within you, if tears softened your heart, if peace settled on your shoulders, if you felt the warmth of recognition that this word was for you, then let your gratitude ripple outward, like this message, so its light may travel farther, touching those still lost in the shadows you've left behind. Every act of agreement, every expression of thankfulness becomes another lamp lit in the darkness. And yes, dear one, subscribe, not as a habit, not as routine, but as a holy response. It is your way of choosing to remain close to the flame, to dwell where truth continues to unfold. It's your saying, I will walk with the light. I will not return to silence. The journey ahead is long, and there will be more revelations, more whispers, more healing winds. Stay near so that when new words descend, they find your heart open and ready. Now breathe again. The stillness that follows obedience is sweet. Heaven rejoices not in noise but in trust. You have trusted enough to stay, to read, to feel, to respond. Thank you. Truly thank you. Your presence here has not gone unnoticed. As you lifted your eyes toward hope, the angels marked it as victory. They see not crowds, but individuals. They see you. Look around your life with new eyes. The same spirit that moved through these words is already at work in your surroundings, softening hearts, aligning paths, arranging divine appointments. Even now, opportunities for reconciliation stir in unseen places. Do not fear the future. It bends toward those who choose love. And when night returns, And it will, for even the blessed face dusk. Remember this light. It is not borrowed. It is born within you now. Let it guide your steps through shadowed valleys. When the voice of accusation returns, recall this hour. You stood within a message sent across eternity. You heard mercy's thunder and survived the rain. You are not fragile. You are forged. There will be moments ahead when gratitude feels heavy, when the old weight of shame tries to climb your shoulders again. In those times, look back to this word and whisper, Amen still. Let that be your sword and shield. Amen meaning so be it. The stamp of faith on the scroll of uncertainty. It will remind every dark thought that the decree has already been signed in grace. You are free now to build, to create, to love boldly. The universe itself will lean to listen when you speak kindness. The ground beneath you has been sanctified by surrender. Wherever you tread, blossoms of hope will appear. You will meet others who mirror your former pain. When you see them, do not turn away. Extend your hand, tell your story, and let the spark within you kindle theirs. I, Michael, will walk beside you though unseen, guardian of the flame, keeper of your newfound peace. When doubt whispers, remember the timbre of this voice, the fire in these words, the hush that followed. It was not imagination, it was encounter. So now, beloved soul, lift your head. Feel the quiet strength in your spine, the calm joy resting upon your shoulders. You are not ending here. You are beginning again with clarity sharper than dawn. The heavens arch above you in affirmation. The earth waits below, ready to receive the imprint of your renewed steps. Like, comment, amen, subscribe, and go forth as one anointed by mercy, radiant with forgiveness, carrying in your heart the unending echo of love that found you, healed you, and now sends you to shine.